Shalom, shalom. Another morning Walkntalk. Giving all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Harakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Now, I got two main clips that I want to go into and briefly speak on. And I believe I got a third one right here on my saved IG. When I do the IG edition lessons through the spirit of different things that we see currently taking place all across the world, throughout Babylon from a few years back, even until now. So let's just jump straight into it. Let's go with this one.
Why you need to be cute?
You're afraid to come out.
I'm not coming out. This house is
Of course, you got this taking
My
place.
locksmith is on the corner waiting to change my locks, and it's not fair. It's not fair that I, as the homeowner, should be having to go through this.
How you doing?
Minutes later, a locksmith showed up, but police gave her a warning before they left.
I may end up in handcuffs today if this man shows up here and says that I have illegally evicted him. I said to them, let him take me to court the way I've been told to take him to court. But today, I'm not leaving my house.
Less than 10 minutes after police left and the locks were changed, the man who claims to be the one actually leasing the house shows up.
Call the police again.
With the other guy, police took off the property.
Do you see this? This guy just literally broke down my door. Broke through myself and my daughter to get in here. This guy just forced himself into my house. Yes, he did. And so did you. You broke through the front door.
The man called the police on her.
The police department doesn't have the lease?
No.
He's got no documentation.
Just bills.
So Adele, you're getting arrested right now?
I'm being arrested.
For what?
For being in my own home.
And where's your lease?
She's fighting the house. It's not her house anymore.
My deed is current and legal.
Arrested for unlawful eviction. She changed the locks on a man who claims he lives there.
So how does this all end then?
You have this happening all throughout Babylon the Great. It's even to the point, I remember a few months back, you had this famous TikToker. He sent a message out to all the immigrants that the U.S. has empty homes that you can now come reside in. So you don't have to worry about coming to the U.S. and not having nowhere to live. Well, you could just go squat in someone's home because you have the rights to do so. And when they see videos like this gives them more of the push to say, you know what? We already want to go to the land of the free, so to speak, the land of opportunity, but we can go there and get a home without any, have to deal with any repercussions. Well, let's do it. We was headed there anyway. Now we just know we got to secure a place to live. When we get there, all we got to do is worry about surviving. So that's one issue that's happening all across the U.S. that is pissing Americans off. See, a lot of things is happening when it's pissing a lot of Americans off. So this is when we talk about the CIVILWAR. That's going to take place. Okay, and yes, it's going to be, Americans versus Americans. We're going to have the RACEWARS going on as well. But can you see the pot thickening of dealing with the immigrants? The American people, especially the patriotic Americans, they're pissed of what's going on in America right now. They are pissed how immigrants are able to come over here to get all sorts of aid while you being here, born a citizen, and, you struggling. You getting a short end of the stick. So there's a lot of different things that's pissing off these Americans that's going to have people lose it, right? But let's continue.
Child comes out.
They can't do it.
Hey, they were...
You guys think George Floyd was bad? Wait until this summer when it's the migrants versus the citizens of the United States. And you're forced to join in because there is not enough police and there is not enough military to handle the millions of migrants that have been let in. What kind of chaos do you think will happen when those riots start to pop off? Have you seen the acceleration of the promotion of these crimes that they are committing across mass media? They are starting to ramp up migrant crime just like they ramped up police officer crime against black people in 2020. Now they're doing that with migrants against citizens, and what they're going to try to do is to create a riot situation all summer long, total disruption that the American man and citizen is going to have to participate in.
Does that? I'm gonna play it one more time. Now, does this seem far-fetched? Not at all. It makes sense how this can take place.
You guys think George Floyd was bad? Wait until this summer when it's the migrants versus the citizens of the United States. And you're forced to join in because there is not enough police and there is not enough military to handle the millions of migrants that have been let in. What kind of chaos do you think will happen when those riots start to pop off? Have you seen the acceleration of the promotion of these crimes that they are committing across mass media? They are starting to ramp up migrant crime just like they ramped up police officer crime against black people in 2020. Now they're doing that with migrants against citizens, and what they're going to try to do is to create a riot situation all summer long, total disruption that the American man and citizen is going to have to participate in. You guys think George Floyd was bad? Wait until this summer when it's the migrant.
The tension is already there, right? And things are continuing to escalate. Let's get a scripture. The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction. Excuse me.
All right.
For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. Right? So this goes into how the people are going to be against each other, right? And they're going to stand up to fight against each other. See, when we talk about these different WARS happening across Babylon, this is what you're going to see. And now, since all these people have crossed the border, millions of these people have crossed the border, right? These people are going to be a problem, right? They have already become a problem in a lot of different states, and they are being blamed, right? We know how E do, even though things was falling apart before they came, but they have made things a lot worse, spending a lot of government funding, in different cities, getting all types of sort of aid, getting all these places that was closed down, so to speak, open for them so they could be housed. A lot of different things. I seen a video of what's going on in New York, and I believe there's another city, I can't remember, where a lot of businesses are closing down due to the theft. Now, theft was already high in these different places because people are desperate, but these immigrants have also made an impact in these different cities behind crime and theft. You see, so of course they're getting the blame, and this whole thing is set up. And like we just talked about in this past camp, you got to remember these people aren't ID'd, okay? These people aren't ID'd, and they want to ID these individuals. So what they going to do? Well, of course, we know they're going to set up a system just so these people can be identified, right? So we know that's all these different things are tying in and playing out as we said how they was going to do it, or as the scripture said first and foremost, and we just bring it out through the Spirit, right? Let's continue. It says, For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So when all hell break loose out here on the earth, you're gonna have different factions, militia groups, right? A lot of people join together to take up arms against the powers, right? The powers that be. Because they're gonna say, well, they didn't defend us, right? They left us stranded, so we gotta defend ourselves. So people gonna rise up against the GOV and the different powers. Now, when you think about your local authority, right, which is, your different sheriffs, your different police, bro, that's gonna be out the question. It's gonna be so chaotic, they're gonna have to deploy the military, on down to who? The UN troops, right? Because the local police, they don't get paid. They ain't gonna be getting paid enough. They don't get paid enough now to deal with the bullshit they gotta deal with now. They don't get paid enough to roam these streets and complete chaos. It ain't gonna be like that. I'm telling you. You think these different police departments in these cities going to want to deal with all that madness when they got a family that they try and go home to? Hell no. Right? That's why you got a lot of different places are all what? Short staffed. All across the Babylon, short staffed. Why? Because the police said, I'm not putting up with this shit. I don't get paid enough for this. Right? Overworked. Underpaid, as I just said. And they can see what's going on. They can see the oncoming troubles that they don't want to be a part of. So verse 17, it says, the man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And we're gonna see this different setups that he's gonna use to have cities locked down. Right? To have cities militarized. You're gonna have to have maybe a certain code, ID, something, to where you're gonna not be able to get into a city unless you are given access. But we're just gonna play it out and see how E gonna move that one. Well, we can say martial law, right? Martial law could be one thing. Another scamdemic. Pestilence could be another, where they can have quarantine zones, things like that. Let's see what else I got. Oh, I got something from the chat, right? Let's play this.
Number 8, we will finally complete the biometric entry-exit visa tracking system, which we need desperately. For years, Congress has required biometric entry-exit visa tracking systems, but it has never been completed. The politicians are all talk, no action, never happens. Hillary Clinton, all talk. Unfortunately, when there is action, it's always the wrong decision. Do you ever notice? In my administration, we will ensure that this system is in place. And I will tell you, it will be on land, it will be on sea, it will be in air. We will have a proper tracking system. Number 9, we will turn off the jobs and benefits magnet. We will ensure that E-Verify is used to the fullest extent possible under existing law, and we will work with Congress to strengthen and expand its use across the country. Immigration law doesn't exist for the purpose of keeping criminals out. It exists to protect all aspects of American life. The work site, the welfare office, the education system, and everything else. That is why immigration limits are established in the first place. Number 10, we will reform legal immigration to serve the best interests of America and its workers, the forgotten people, workers. We're going to take care of our workers. And by the way, we're going to make great trade deals. We're going to renegotiate trade deals. We're going to bring our jobs back.
By default, off of this speech alone, he won. By default. Because even American people that are not really in tune, they're financially through. They know what's happening, right? With job losses, because who's taking these jobs as well? Immigrants, right? Who is being blamed of getting all the aid and why they can't? Immigrants, right? So what Trump is doing is he's using what's happening. He's using what's affecting the Babylonian people, right? Or what some people think that's affecting them. Really, we know it's the elites that's doing all this to gain them to his side. And it's and just by this speech alone, and I'm in the truth. By default, just this speech alone, if you know about the whole immigrant situation, he won. You know? And plus when he was in office, people was making more money. But still, so I believe if they don't suspend the election, Trump got this in a bag. But let me throw this out there. Babylon is still through. Just because he won his election, which I think is going to be by a landslide, or whoever win, Babylon the Great is through. She is not hit. Matter of fact, let's get that. She's not healed. No matter what y'all try to do, she can't be healed. It's impossible. It's through. Yep, Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 9, it says, "We will have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. Let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth into heaven and is lifted up even into the skies." Right? So here you go. Babylon's completely through. You can't heal her. See, what they're trying to do is they're trying to find a way how they can heal Babylon. But it's impossible. She can't be healed. You know, she has an incurable wound. She has an infection. Okay? She has an infection, so she is completely through. And no matter what ointment you try to put on her, no matter what you do, nothing can, cure her. Right? Nothing. All right? Last but not least, I got this. This is just a little bonus clip that I got this morning that the brother sent to the chat. Check this out. Look at that. The gun jammed. I heard it click. And this took place where we're located. Pastor was about to get deleted, Paul for speaking falsely, as he always do, deceiving, It would have been, I'm gonna keep that to myself. Woo! A better video could have been made out of this if you know where I'm going with that. But yeah, you gonna have this happening more and more. You see? So that was and I want to say something further on this. Oh yeah. So going back to this Trump, right?
We will finally complete
Going back to
the
Trump.
biometric entry.
Boy, Trump. Yeah. Man, you heard what he said. He said biometric. We told you there was something up with this whole immigrant thing. We told you there was something up. Right? How are they going to be able to ID all these different individuals that's here? Millions? Millions. Over 10 million immigrants here. And there's just no way that they can't be identified, so they can just roam around the streets and do this and do that, commit all types of criminal activities or just whatever. Because there's people here that's not committing crime. They still will need what ID, right? Or they'll be able to just do shit and just get away with it, you know, or not have to face no type of penalty, you know, for their crime. And this could go further than what I'm saying, but still, they're using this whole immigrant situation to what? To say, you know what? You people need ID'd. But it's going to go beyond the immigrants. Just the immigrants are being used, you know, to push that narrative or push that further that system. Because they've been wanting that system to get put in place. But who are they using? The immigrants, right? That's what they're using. Okay, and it's the setup. The setup is the setup is right there. We see it, you know, plain as day. And we told you something was up about that. So you ain't want to listen to what we had to say.
Exit visa tracking system, which we need desperately. For years.
Tracking system. We know what system that's going to lead to, or what it's going to be. The Karagma that we've been telling you about the whole time.
Congress
that's in the
has
Bible.
required biometric entry-exit visa tracking systems, but it has never been completed. The politicians are all talk, no action, never happens, never happens. Hillary Clinton, all talk. Unfortunately, when there is action, it's always the wrong decision. Do you ever notice? In my administration, we will ensure that this system is in place. And I will tell you, it will be.
And listen here, if it's going to be through Trump to bring this through, shit, whatever president, I don't care who it is, you know, whoever's going to further bring forth this prophecy, whoever the Lord set up to do it, hey, let's get it, because we tired of this place. Bring it on. And if Trump's to do it, as he said, he's all action and no talk like how these other people was, yeah, bring him in. Bring him in.
On land, it will be on sea, it will be in air. We will have a proper tracking system. Number 9.
Okay, look, so he said land, sea, and air. When we were just reading the real ID, I think you people got to get it by 2025, right? You can't board the plane. It's the first thing we're seeing. You can't board the planes without having the real ID. You know, in 2025. You see? So I mean, we moving along. We moving along. We've been telling you. So that was just something quick to the spirit of the Lord. I hope it was edifying tonight.